What's up, wrestling fans? It's Ratman Rich Fulmer, and this is your Ratt report covering ROH 12, 13, 14. Those are not just consecutive numbers. It is not something that you get in a deck of cards. That is today's date. We'll have another day like this until 1,000 years. I believe it'll be 1,000 years down the road. You're never going to see another date like this before, ever again. Unless you're reincarnated, in which case you're never going to know anything about this. You're never going to know anything about the Ratt, anything about the Ratt report, and probably nothing about wrestling. Anyway, let's get on with it. ROH review. This is covering Tag Wars. Opened up with the Dem Boys, the Briscoes, talking about their 8-time World Tag Team Champions looking to be 9-time World Tag Team Champions. 8 times. I just want to throw this out there. 8 times just ROH champions. But if you look at back, you've got 17 actual tag team championships. That makes them great. You lose 17 tag team titles, you win 17 tag team titles, it means you lost 16, 17 times. That's how a lot of people look at it. My son actually commented on that earlier during the show. And that's true, but you don't just win tag team titles because you're a crap wrestler. It's not like John Cena is in tag teams everywhere around the world. No. 17 World Tag Team titles. Let's just throw these out. Let's throw some names out there. 2-time 2CW Tag Team Champions, 1-time FIP Champion, 1-time JCW Champion, 1-time NWA Wild Side Champions, 1-time GHC Pro Wrestling Noah Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, PWU Tag Team Champion 1 time, RCW 1 time, ROH I said 8 times, and UXW 1 time. That equals out to 17. Maybe I miscounted. I started out the action. Great show. Always a great show. Jay Diesel and Jay Lethal versus Dem Boys of Briscoes. What a great outing. I've got to say, this Jay Diesel guy, he's former Golden Glove boxer. Excuse me. Kind of reminds me of Max Muscle. If you remember the Diamond Exchange, Diamond Dallas Page had this muscle guy who was just big muscle named Max Muscle. Really good, really big guy, I should say, but he couldn't wrestle. He had good gimmick, he had a good name, he won a few matches, but when it came down to it, it wasn't that good. I'm not going to deny the power of Jay Diesel. He's strong as hell, but muscle and no lethal combinations were used to get the victory. Instead, Briscoes win with the J driver, followed up by a frog splash elbow by Mark. He jumped, he did the frog splash, and he came down with an elbow, got the win. They move on. The winners of this tournament, these matches tonight, take on Red Dragon. The Briscoes win, and they move on to take on Red Dragon. They're in that position. They're going to be followed by 2 more teams. Moving on, speaking of which, moving on, Jimmy Jacobs and BJ Whitmer of the Decade took on the Addiction, Frankie Kazarian and Christopher Daniels, formerly known as Bad Influence. I kind of miss Bad Influence in TNA. They were good. It would have been great to see Bad Influence versus the Wolves, versus the Hardys, versus Team 3D in their series that TNA did. But You can't have everything that you want. Diction wins. Frankie Kazarian used this crucifix style maneuver, driver, pinned 1, 2, 3. That was it. And it's going to be the Addiction is going to move on versus the Briscoes and Red Dragon for the ROH titles, including this next tag team that comes up, the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks are one of my favorites. In this, I heard that they were going to be the main event, and I had to watch it. Young Bucks. I'm not going to say that they're the best tag team out there, but they're definitely one of the top tag teams out there, and you can't deny it. Take out the super kicks, and you still have momentum on the Young Bucks side. Young Bucks versus ACH and Matt Cidel. They work together really well, Matt Cidel and ACH. They work like they were being there. They had been there for a long time. ACH and Matt Cidel get the win. I personally was shocked because I thought that the Young Bucks would actually get it. The only thing I don't like about the Young Bucks is their cockiness, and I believe when you're great, when you're that great, when you're that good, when you're that great, you become cocky. A lot of teams become cocky. A lot of singles wrestlers, male and female, become cocky, and that helps them to lose matches. And you kind of lose your prosperity on your way down the rankings because of the cockiness. You know you're good. Prove it. Don't stand there and play with the crowd. They do that as part of the show, as part of the gimmick. I get it. But I think they may have pulled off a victory if they wouldn't have stopped and looked at the crowd and went like this or went like that. And I don't know. I like the Young Bucks. I'm sad that they didn't win, but it's going to be ACH and Matt Cidel versus the Briscoes versus the Addiction versus Red Dragon for the ROH Tag Team Championships. I believe that's going to be next week. There's a lot of commotion going on here today, so I didn't get next week's card. I know the main event looks really good. Can't tell you who it's going to be. Like I said, there's a lot of confusion. It's a busy weekend here. There's a lot of shenanigans going on, basically, is what I'm trying to get to, and I wasn't able to catch next week's card. But it looks good anyway. I've seen a little bit of what to expect on the main event. I didn't catch any names, didn't do all that. So, great show. ROH never ceases to impress me, never ceases to keep my eyes focused right on the show at all times. They had 3 matches. Sometimes they have 2 matches during their shows. Sometimes, more. A great company to check out live if they're going to come to your area. Go check them out. Local listings. It's not on Spike. It's not on USA. It's not on TMZ. It's not on AMC. It's not on AGW, BDZ, ABC, DEFG. It's you gotta check your local stations to find them on TV, or check out Daily Motion. Daily Motion has a lot too. If you don't have TV, I myself, I live out in the country, so too far out for cables, too far out for too many trees for satellite. So we have an antenna and we get only a few stations, but I'm able to watch my wrestling, and who cares, right? So anyway, 4 o'clock, 10:30, 11:30. I think I've seen it I've seen it on somebody said it was on a cable channel around 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a Saturday. Sunday nights they're on too at 11:30 on CW. For me, it's always on CW. So if you have a CW around where you live, check it out. It's got to be on there. For you people who live in my area, it'll be on CW. There you go. So anyway, this is Ratman Rich Foamer. And this has been your Ratt Report. ROH, 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 ROH.